Hi, I'm Tim Brandner. Welcome to Capitol Views. Welcome today to Joelle Hall, the president of the Alaska AFL-CIO. And thanks for joining us, Joelle.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Joelle, just to start out, there's a lot of new legislators, and maybe you could tell us what AFL-CIO is. It's a long-established institution, but maybe just briefly describe how many folks are included and what groups are in and not in AFL-CIO.
Sure. The AFL stands for the American Federation of Labor Congress of Industrial Organizations, and we are a federation of over 50 Alaska unions. Our unions span the gamut from construction unions, which I think many people listening today are very familiar with, of course, public employee unions, state employees, municipal employees, but we also cover private unions like grocery store workers, hotel and restaurant workers. So we have the gamut of the types of folks who are represented. Most of the unions in Alaska are under the AFL-CIO umbrella, with the exception of NEA Alaska, the Anchorage Police Department employees, and there's a private individual correctional officers union. But by and large, all of our affiliated unions, we're all under the same umbrella.
And just to describe, NEA Alaska means the National Federation of National Education Association.
Yes, the National Education Association Alaska is their own union, and they belong to NEA, which is their international union is NEA, and NEA is not inside the AFL-CIO at the national level or at the state of Alaska. There are merged states. We're not a merged state.
Essentially, NEA is the teachers, education workers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Joelle, the hot topic of the day in the legislature this year is workforce development, concerns that there's not enough people. Employers are having difficulty finding people, retaining people, both in the private sector and the public sector. But I think you're right in the middle of that. I just want to get your perspective on it.
It is true. It is certainly an issue. I don't go into a room in the building or into a conversation with anybody without having this conversation about workforce, the challenges we face, and what can we do as a state. The labor movement has a couple ways that we are contributing to making this problem better. That is, of course, our trade unions run apprenticeships, and we use the earn while you learn model. So when you sign up to be an apprentice, you get paid to train, you train, and then you journey out and you become a very high caliber construction worker who has a career ahead of them. We have a system where we are always looking for more people to apply to our apprenticeships to get one of those coveted spots in that earn while you learn model. And I think all of our apprenticeships have openings right now. So our guys are out there, guys and gals are also out there, going to job fairs and seeking, to get new people interested in these careers. This is a very, very good career to have in the state of Alaska. And if you look at the project for the perspective for the next 10 years, we're going to have a lot of construction work. So if you know a young person who's not really thrilled about going to college and wants to have a good career that will support them and their family for the rest of their life, please give one of our apprenticeship systems a call. We are also, of course, involved in the recruitment and retention of public employees. And that is a more challenging, lots of factors that feed into that. I think we're hearing about them a lot in the legislature these days. We have to work really hard to attract people to these jobs. We have to have competitive wages and benefits, obviously, good working conditions. And we're just going to have it is not the case that people are going to leave the lower 48 and come to take our jobs anymore. That there's plenty of jobs in the lower 48 and they can stay home. So we're going to have to get really creative. And I know the Department of Labor has got their hands, they got their hands full. We have a lot that we need to do, but mostly it's reaching out to young people and talking about how good these jobs are. There's a whole nother group of people who are going to be coming to our state, which is we have veterans who are going to leave the service here, in particular up in South Central and Fairbanks, who have served their country and they want to go do something else now, and they love Alaska. We need to get these people to stay in Alaska and to come into our jobs. So we need to actively recruit veterans.
Joelle, in the case of apprenticeship programs, are you finding that is the number of young people applying for apprenticeships is lower than it used to be a few years ago? The background of this question is the changing demographics. More of people of working age leaving Alaska, and kind of the drain of young people, particularly out of state. So, is apprenticeships up or down, or
Well, the interesting thing about our apprenticeship system is that we are not like in a university where we take all comers and we can train you and then we just hope you get a job. It doesn't work that way. We already have the job waiting for you. So we work in this situation where we are training exactly as many people as we know we can put to work. So we always work a little bit in this, like we're always looking ahead and you're trying to plan ahead, but you didn't really plan for the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act and to have, billions of dollars come rolling into our state. So we'll be catching up, but we know that we're a very competitive programs. All of our apprenticeships are. And so I think it is true that young people have lots of options these days. And we have to be competing with lots of other employers and lots of other interesting jobs to see if we can put them to work. But we know we offer a career that is well compensated. And we think a lot of young people will choose it now that we're going to have more opportunity.
are the opportunities there this year though? Are you finding more employers requesting apprenticeships? That's an indicator.
Yes, yes.
That's an indicator.
Yeah. Our guys, what we call them is on the book, right? So how many people do you have on the book? Well, the answer in most of our halls is there's nobody on the book, meaning everybody who wants a job is working and they're scrambling to fill calls, which is it's one of those great problems to have. We have lots of work and more on the way. Willow will bring 2,500 jobs. There's talk about all kinds of other construction, and we haven't even begun to talk about broadband or the build out and the change maybe to the electrical grid and what that would mean for construction jobs. It's an exciting time, a good time to get into the trades.
Great. Well, that's encouraging. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Joelle. This has been interesting.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.